Bit of a slow video teardown and a jig of my Ardent Stardent keyboard. It's gorgeous, it's amazing, I love it, and you're going to find out why I love it in excruciating detail should you be foolish enough to watch the rest of this video and waste your time as such. Keycaps are, of course, glorious AE double shots. I already took those off in my typing test. Brown Legends, although they are a bit yellowed, and Red Legends, again, little yellowed. The switches are delicious blue Alps, every bit as nice as their White Alps successors. And, of course, a couple of LED keys with green Alps and little green LEDs. Lovely, lovely stuff. Classic AT layout, including the gigundous 10-unit spacebar. Just fucking wowza. And of course it's beautifully stabilized. Like I'm pushing it here on the edge, it doesn't care. It's fine. It's got no problems. Wonderful stuff. I've already got this bad boy pre-disassembled, but before I get to that, I'm gonna flip her over and I'm going to brag a little bit about the serial number. This is 00048. We have reason to believe these serial numbers are sequential. Only 3 of these, this model of keyboard, have been found and are known to be owned by collectors. Serial number 1063, currently owned by E3E after he bought it off of some guy on Reddit, and then bought along with this one very recently off of eBay, is also model 811. The 811 serial number is actually slightly different. Flipping them back over. Instead of saying Stardent, it actually has a white, or at least creamish colored little sticker here that says Ardent Computer in black lettering with a red Ardent logo right here. Actually, that might be brown lettering, which would explain some of the legends here if their colors are sort of red and brown on beige. The 1063 one, though, also is labeled Stardent, and I gotta tell you, if I have my druthers of the two labels, I do prefer the gold on navy Stardent. It is quite striking. Flipping the keyboard back over to show off all of the stuff going on in the back, we have 6 screws holding the thing together, although I've taken them all out. They're integrated washer screws, which is quite nice for spreading the force. Certainly not necessary, but it's a nice little detail. And that's kind of the theme of this keyboard, is just really well done. Nice little details. We've got one down here, we've got one up here, we got another in this corner, another in this corner, and then one up top and one down on the bottom in the middle. Then this thing is held together by 4 little plastic locking tabs, 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. I've already got this thing pre-disassembled. They are not too shabby to work with. They're not at risk of breaking. They're not difficult or too stiff to get where you need them. They're really nice. They are really what plastic locking tabs for keyboard cases aspire to be. It's also got 2 little rubberized feet, which even after all these years are still soft, which is quite impressive. That is no mean feat. The flip-out feet are solid and smooth. The only criticism I can really make of them is they have a little bit of a stick-slip phenomenon because they're made out of ABS, just like the case. But, like, look who wants the world. Speaking of wanting the world, wait, before I get to, well, no brass screw sockets. You can only get so much. It's not like you want to open this thing much anyway. It's a fine detail to miss. These 2 right here, which exist on either side, those aren't screw holes. Those are actually weird little indents for how the case mounts. All right, I'm gonna flip the keyboard as a whole over now. Bonk. I'm gonna take the top case off. and we're going to have a look-see. So you see how we've got these little plastic pegs here upon which the nice thick mounting plate rests. They hold it securely. It doesn't wiggle around too much. I think this qualifies as a bottom mount, although somebody smart like Apfie might have to hop into the comments to correct me because I'm not an expert on these things. Those aren't at risk of breaking, which a lot of these bottom pegs can be prone to doing. It's well-engineered stuff, as one expects of an Ardent Stardent keyboard. I just like saying that. I don't think Ardent Stardent is the right name for this. I'm going to keep calling it that, though, because I like rhyming. The cable's a little bit funky. You can see it mounts in here, but this is too many wires for what is boop, 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 just a DIN 5 plug. Speaks basic AT as far as I can tell. I don't know why it has all these wires. The cable itself is glorious, by the way. Thick and heavy, but still nice and pliable with a big pile of coiled cableage. It's gorgeous, and I am very lucky that my cable is in basically perfect condition. I mean, it's scuffed up and whatever, but like, it isn't stretched out, which is something I care about. I care about the cable being stretched out. I do not give a shit about it being scuffed up. Perfect keyboard for me. Speaking of perfect keyboard for me, a lot of the keys are also worn smooth. I just love that. These switches are so broken in. That's not a nice thing about this model of keyboard. That's just a nice thing about this specific keyboard. I love it so much. We're getting near the end here. Don't you guys worry. It, by the way, has a screw for grounding the PCB to the plate. Just the details here are really lovely. You can see the rod stabilizer for the enter here, which is red. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love everything about this keyboard. I love this keyboard so much. It has NQ rollover. You can see all the diodes here. It's nailing everything. What is a little bit funny, though, one funky little thing to note here. Let me go get the top case again. So here is where that Stardent logo is on the other side. Stardent logo, and you see how it extends all the way? It's covering over a trio of LED slots in favor of the in-switch LEDs. I think that's pretty funky, but you know what is even funkier? We have space for 1, 2, 3 LEDs for, you know, having a lock light bank. I have my soldering iron heating up as we speak. I have a trio of LEDs ready and waiting to go, and I'm going to install those, and you're probably going to see another video of me crying about having somehow managed to destroy my keyboard by attempting to install some LEDs. I'm going to see if they work. It'll be fun. So yeah, that is this keyboard. More content to come on this keyboard, although, you know, knowing me, God only knows when. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching to the end, and I hope you've learned a thing or two about the Rolls-Royce of AT Layout Alps keyboards. Man, that's a lot of qualifiers. Take care.